almost 24 years ago, I started a company. And as a woman-owned business, a Black woman-owned business, I was going to compete to try to get contracts. And every time I competed to try to get those contracts, I didn't get them. I was outbid, or I was outworked or outranked by somebody else that was larger, had more money, or had done it before, and I never got a chance. And so I found my niche in home health care. And I started a home health care business, and I grew a business from me and my mom to having over 500 employees and 2 counties wide. And I remember going into a bank, because it was very hard to get capital to support my cash flow and to grow my business. And every time I went in there, they would kick me over to the SBA. And the SBA, for those of you who haven't dealt with that before, for businesses like mine, they did have a kind of quote-unquote DEI program where women-owned small businesses could get funding. And because of that program, I was able to get funding so that I could grow my business from me and my mom to 30 nurses in a year, then 144 in 2 years, and then 300, and then 500. And so when I sold my business, it was 528 strong. But I was getting ready to buy a building, and it was couple years before I sold it. And I went into the bank and I took in my financials, and the banker looked at me and said, I've been in banking 30 years, and these financials are incredible. And he told me I was a unicorn, okay? And I was so offended by the fact that he said I was a unicorn. And I said to him, so what does that mean? Does that mean that you don't expect anything from Black women? That you don't expect a woman-owned business to be successful? Because that's what you're saying. You're saying that I'm so rare, and that Black women-owned small businesses are so rare that I am now that unicorn. And so what I'm saying to you is there was nothing about my ability to build that business and using DEI that caused anyone to think that I was incompetent or incapable on my own. I just needed a chance. And DEI offers a chance to people and women and men and small businesses who normally wouldn't get that opportunity. And so what we're saying is that we want to penalize counties and elected officials for having the wherewithal to give somebody a chance. And that is the only reason why, at this point, I'm a no, because I'm a product of DEI. I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for DEI.